Good morning and welcome to Ways Breakfast. Always a pleasure to have you with us as we kick off another engaging conversation that touches the heart of our society. Today, our theme is breaking the cycle. Can society ever move beyond body image obsession? From the rise of social media filters to the booming cosmetic industry and the silent battle people face with self-worth. This is a conversation that we cannot afford to shy away from. This discussion will happen first. We'll take the headlines. This discussion will happen definitely, but we're going to start with the headlines, shaping the body image of conversation globally and here at home. Then we take a closer look at what is trending, and finally asking the big question, can we truly break free from this cycle? My name is Triumph Akimboye, and of course I am going to be doing this with my very beautiful co-anchor, Goodness Idea. So let's get into what's going on this morning. Goodness, good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Are you sure?
I don't like showing myself out there, right? My journey was good.
But you're good.
There was a little bit of traffic, but everything went well.
Well, I'm doing really fine, right? I mean, today is the third day in the month of October, and it feels like there's so much that is going on already. I mean, the end of the year. Like, I am beginning to, be calm, trying to think about how far we've gone, think about how far the year has been, think about what I've been able to do, think about some of the things that I might still be able to do or I should still do before the end of the year. So those are the things I've been thinking about.
I'm also excited because I was just starting resuming my lecture.
Are you serious? That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you look like in classroom again. It's been a while.
My God. I hope I won't also have to be experiencing body shaming. You know, I told you that last time when I was in school in Uniben.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we are going to talk about.
Yeah.
That's what we are going to be.
So
one of the things I thought about, while seeing this topic is that this matter is actually, something that is even affecting us, that is disturbing the two people, on this table right now.
It has even become an internal issue. Just like where we had the white, then that had this internal discrimination concerning the white and black. I think in our own country, this issue has now been internalized.
And the unfortunate thing is that social media made it worse.
Yeah.
But before we go into the details, there's so much to unpack this morning. So if you're tuning in for the first time, this is a show that everyone talks about, and we're also talking about it because we talk about everything that concerns you. So we are going to go on a very short break right now. Let us know what you think about this morning. How are you doing today? Let us know. We go on a short break right now. Don't go anywhere.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I need to see light from my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we'll bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria's energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, We will analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
Nigeria, by extension Africa, battles a growing youthful population and with little or no meaningful engagement leaves a ticking time bomb on our hands. We are a blessed continent with great wealth, both in people and material. Our focus on ways remains driving conversations that affects us all. Topics in the news, social concerns, politics, leadership, governance, empowerment, resource management, conflict management, finance, SME sustainability, technological innovation, food security, health, education, brain drain, our well-being, citizenship, and much more. Our goal is to continuously drive these conversations, keep them burning at the table to effect a positive change, both for our nation and continent. Ways, what are you saying, has a secret ingredient that completes the conversation every single episode, and that ingredient is you. Our past conversations shaped our yesterday. To shape our tomorrow, we must keep talking. So, I want to hear you. Be a part of our live conversations Mondays through Fridays. And let's all have our say.
Welcome back. Now let us take a look at what's making the headlines today. We'll be highlighting the top stories from the pages of The Punch and The Guardian News. Goodness will be taking us through the Guardian newspaper. Let's see what we have this morning.
Okay, so on the Guardian newspaper this morning, we have the first story below the masthead that says, a CDS failing family system and values worsening insecurity. And alongside that, we have Nigeria's health system performing at 45% capacity. That story is in page 3. Yesterday, we were talking about health and concerning in one of the statements made or uttered by the president. And now we have an headline that says Nigeria's health system performing at 45% capacity, not even up to 50%. So this is well, that's not the story for today. Alongside that, we have tinted glass. NBA Films has police impound judge's vehicle. Yeah, everybody needs to obey the law and needs to be under the law. This reminds me of, that was on Wednesday when we were on our way home, and there was this traffic light, and a military personnel decided to break that rule to drive past. I don't know if...
Oh, we were together.
Yes.
Very, very terrible thing.
While others were waiting, obeying the law, not that maybe it was an emergency, he was even the only one on the bus then, and he drove past, breaking the law. So,
do you know the funny thing that happened there yesterday? Was the fact that, aside the fact that he was breaking the law, they were breaking the law because there were more than one inside that it feels like a small truck, something like that. I can't really remember.
It's a bus.
It's a bus. And then aside the fact that they were breaking the law, they were also putting us at risk.
Yeah,
because it was obvious that we were crossing. This thing was on red. You're supposed to stop. And we were crossing at the point.
Because it was on a uniform.
Every other vehicle stopped, and you just suddenly moved. And then I'm wondering that what's wrong with these people? And these people, do you know that if you overtake these particular people that we are talking about, the way they are going to beat you,
of course,
the way they are going to beat that driver, I am sure you already know the particular.
So I like the fact that
Very
about
sad.
the tinted glass, not just the citizens of Nigeria, even if you are in the judiciary arm, you need to abide by the law. The law is above everyone, and everyone is below it. So I will read again the headlines that says NBA fumes as police impound judge's vehicle, right? They can take it to the court and go and make their decision there. Then the Guardian leads with a big story and a caricature, cartoon-like pictures that says, how brand Nigeria suffers for misdeeds of you abroad. I know that this particular story also involves a particular. I don't want to make mention of a name now, but there's a particular name in Nigeria that's like a big brand, and of recent they've gradually, no longer in existence again. Which I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? And we're not having another big brand coming up to take that space that they had left, right? And beside that, we have Nigeria at 65. 2 days after independence, bitter divisions persist over nation's future. That story is in page 6. And we have Atiku rules out. Interesting. Articles rules out quitting presidential race.
Are you serious?
Laments PDP rules. I wanted to make mention of it in our introduction. I said, no, let me keep it.
Wow,
during
that's
the
beautiful.
news
I mean, I
and
saw
section.
something, but Punch did not tell us direct, Punch did not even mention it.
Well, it is not new. It is not new to me that when it's getting closer to the election
You'll be
period,
seeing things.
people start, dropping out of the presidential race. I mean, the last presidential election we had a lot of people that also backed out. Even we had a woman.
But this
that
article
also came
on
out.
is quite interesting to me because Atiku was looking like somebody that was not going to take
Should
a
I
defeat.
say that probably is saying that there is a gap or a hole at the front. So to avoid the embarrassments, probably just decided to back down on time. So below that, we have EU hails electoral progress amid push for reforms. And Sanusi and Awoshika seek 30% representation, a level playing field for women, and not to track 24-hour call duty limit, through chief residents, and 91 centers. And lastly, ex-commissioner decries Kwara's insecurity as bandits abduct policeman. All right, so I will take the first story, which I want to talk on this one, that says Nigeria at 65. 2 days after independence, bitter division persists over nation's future. So 2 days ago, Nigeria marked 65 years of independence. Sharp divisions have persisted over the country's direction, with the ruling All Progressive Congress, that's the APC, celebrating President Bola Tinubu's reforms as signs of renewal, while opposition parties, activists, and rights groups denounce deepening poverty, corruption, security, and the betrayal of democratic hopes. So I'm wondering, Independence Day is a day where we really want to say something, a lot of bringing out our lapses. But after the independence, we're having so many things to talk about: poverty, corruption, insecurity. I mean, in the headline, we read a story concerning a policeman being abducted in Kwara State, and that's an example of insecurity in our country. Not just that, even betrayal of democratic hopes. Now, Atiku is feeling betrayed. That what is happening? That's why he had to back down from the election. So, the PDP criticized President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Independence Day, calling it boring, uninspiring, and disconnected from the realities
Goodness.
facing millions of Nigerians.
Do you know that one of the people that I don't pay attention to whatever it is that they say is opposition party, because whatever it is you're doing at that moment is because you're not the one in power. Yeah. When the table now turns to you, then we're also asking you the same question. So I'm not interested.
So during the press conference, just to add to that, that was in Abuja, the party's national publicity secretary, stated that the president's body language during the address indicated that he lacked confidence in his own words. Oof.
That's a bold one.
Why will you say,
but I am not going to take that.
Lacks confidence.
Whatever is coming from the opposition party, I'm not going to take it.
All right, so away from that story is interesting. Let's just quickly take one concerning this. Atiku rules out quitting presidential race, laments PDP rules. Remember, he was a former vice president, and yesterday he denied agreeing to step down for anyone ahead of the 2027 presidential election, insisting he was battle ready. But I'm wondering why we now have this kind of headline that says he's quitting presidential race. So he has come out to say that ahead of the 2027 presidential election, he's battle ready to face other prospective presidential aspirants for the ticket of the African Democratic Congress. So he has moved. So it's no longer with the PDP.
That the kind of deflection is now going to ADC.
Yes, that's the African Democratic Congress. And in his statement, he, issued by his media advisor, Paul Ibe, described that Atiku said claims as a misrepresentation of his recent interview. There was a misrepresentation of his interview, and he faulted PDP. That was one of the reasons why he had to switch to the other party. So let's see what you have in the Punch.
Okay, let's get through what is going on in the pages of the Punch. I have I'll just go with my stories of interest, right? I'm not taking all the stories that we have because our time is fast spent for this particular segment. Okay, so the screaming headline: Southwest states tighten borders amid banditry surge in Kwara. This is a story you would find in page 8, if I'm correct, of the Punch. Now, right after this story, Ondo deployed tactical teams, riot police in border communities. Southwest states fortified against attacks. This is coming from Amotekun Corps. Intelligence agencies track bandits, plan containment, and the last rider, eliminate criminal elements. CDS charges security forces. And I'm going to be talking about this, very soon. And then we have one here that says, Obi wants to join Dollar Rice primaries. Obedient reply at Atiku. Coming from opposition party, I'm not going to dwell much on that. Rivers Funds, ICPC reviews petition against IBAS. And in respect to Electricity Act, for Nigerians, others to get tariff relief. These are the stories I will be able to take, but let me get into my stories of interest, which is the first one is Southwest states tightens borders amid banditry in Kwara. Now, Kwara is the place I grew up in, right? I spent my whole life in Kwara, so I really cannot look away when I see a story from Kwara State. Now, we have been hearing so much of banditry attacks in Kwara State, right? And it is getting really, really, really terrible. So they have come together, not just Kwara, but all the neighboring countries around, because surrounding Kwara, we have Ekiti, right? The Southwest states, we have Ekiti, we have Oyo, we have Ondo. After Ekiti, you have Ondo, and then Osun. Osun is also very close to Kwara, surrounded. So they have come together, the security chiefs. So we have this thing called Amotekun, right? And they have come out to say that they had activated various containment plans to prevent the infiltration of their state by bandits fleeing the ongoing military operations in Kwara. Because these movements, they're actually heading for the Southwest, according to what the federal government has been able to uncover, that these bandits are actually moving to this part. Now, this thing is a very serious thing. I remember when we were talking about the fact that maybe if kidnapping, banditry, and all of that in the north, maybe if it comes down to...
Please.
No, hold on, right? It's not going to come down to us. Maybe there will be much attention. So I really like the fact that not just Kwara State now, but every other neighboring states that we have, they are coming out to, put in measures, work together, so that they would be able to they will be able to put these banditry attacks under check. Because the funny thing about banditry attack is that you never can tell where, how it will come. Sometimes I wonder that the funny thing about this is that these people are also humans. So how is it that they are so evil?
Do you think they are still humans?
They
are no longer humans.
They're humans, right?
They're just humans in body form, but they're not humans in character.
They are
and
humans.
in thinking.
But it's just that, you know, their thinking, their thoughts, their process, their mind has
their
been,
way of life
has been changed, is now against the way a normal human is supposed to be thinking. But it is quite unfortunate. So I am glad that they are receiving attention in trying to deal with this. And I really, really hope that this their containment strategy will be activated, and it is going to prevent banditry from this neighboring state and also the state itself, which is Kwara State. Now, let me get into the second one that I want to talk about quickly, and is in respect to electricity tariff relief. This story is a story that is making me angry, because why would you come out to say that this is coming from NEC, that, oh, we want to start giving relief to people, to poor Nigerians, because they feel like, oh, the rise in electricity tariff, the solution, the best solution they could come to is that they should start giving relief to the poor people, to the poor Nigerians that cannot afford the electricity. I'm like, is that the solution to the rise in electricity tariff? You're trying to give people something to just make them look away from the real problem. It's better you don't give any relief, because this relief, at the end of the day, we would be asking that who even got this relief? What's the amount of the relief? Is it going to be in cash? Is it going to be in food? Or whatever it is. Let us stop looking away from the real problem. Let us stop looking away from the real problem and be looking for things to cushion. They say they are trying to cushion the impact. The next time I hear that, you know, that English cushion the impact on the papers, I'm really going to go for their next. But I don't really know. It's quite the sad one. So that is all we would be able to take on the newspaper headlines. We'll go on a very short break. And when we come back, we are going to look into what is trending. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. This is still the Breakfast Show. Now it is time for us to take a look at what is trending, some of the things that has trended this week. And we are going to be seeing, you know, some of these things, all right? Let us start with the celebration of Priscilla Ojo and her husband, Juma Jukes, celebrating their son, Rakim, at 40 days. I am wondering what is going to happen by the time they are celebrating, you know, the child that's, you know, maybe 1 year or 5 years old or 10, I don't know. Did you see the videos too?
I did see the video,
You didn't
but
see
I saw
it?
a picture of them, like, during the party that was being uploaded online.
And then, you know, people were also coming out to, not exactly bash them, but you know that social media, we always have things to say, you know, coming out to say that, okay, why are they having to celebrate the child at 40? I mean, whatever works for you is fine. And then some people
I
are also
the
talking.
way Priscilla's friend.
Yes, Annie.
The way he dressed.
You would think that he's going for the boys' wedding.
Wow.
And then, you know, they were also talking about the fact that people are still angry, or social media family members, online in-laws, they are still not happy about the fact that maybe Priscilla had to change her religion to get married to Juma Jukes. But well, that's it. Let's take a look at what's next. Okay, so it was in the report, allegedly, right? Allegedly, 15 passengers were kidnapped by Sea Express from Calabar to Uyo last week, Thursday. And one of them, according to it, was a corps member who was going for his clearance. And today is 1 week. No contact has yet been made. People from, you know, and we don't know what is going on. I am not really sure about this story, but I really want to believe that, you know, these people are found, if it is actually true, because they did not come out to tell us that in the news. Okay, so let us take a look at the next one. So the next one, which I think Goodness is very, very much interested in, is in respect to Faith, who just got disqualified from Big Brother Naija. Now, the funny thing is that it was even yesterday that I got to know him, because I am not a fan of Big Brother Naija. But Goodness is more interested in talking about it.
Well, yeah, I've been following up, but concerning him, I'm not really interested in him. So that statement. And there was an issue over the time, right? Faith had been... Everybody have their own views, so I don't want somebody to come and start coming for me, especially the E supporters, right? But this is my own thought. He's somebody that had been a little bit overtaken. Like he always wants whatever he says to be in the house. You know, Big Brother.
They say that
you are not even at that point. You are not even the head of house, right? So, first of all, I was going to recount an issue that happened between himself and Imisi. And during that time, then I think he was the head of house then. He had to, like, Imisi was trying to cook and everything, because Imisi doesn't join them to eat the general house food. She cooks her food. And you, like, fling the pot over her with the food, content, everything on the floor.
Are you serious?
So that was the first instance. And everybody was thinking that he was supposed to get a strike. But no, everything was scam. And now it's repeated itself the second time.
I watched the video. This guy literally took the chair on I think the kitchen cabinet or something. I'm not really sure. He placed the chair there just because you're trying to, you know, voice out your opinion.
The thing is, they were given a task
What's going
together.
on?
They were given a task. And Sultana was she's one of the housemate members. And last week, she was the head of house. So, you know, everybody had this dislike for him, because when Big Brother called him to the room to ask him questions, it was like, oh, people don't really like him, especially even when he win any particular task, they don't clap for him, they don't cheer him up and that, because of your attitude. That's just the truth. You are, let me use the word, he was acting bossy. You want everything to go according to what you are saying, whereas this is a group work. It is not just for a particular person. And you're not even made the leader of it. Everybody's opinion needs to head their own views and opinions. And what happened? Sultana was against it, of him being the lead of what their own group conversation and everything.
Started fighting.
And out of anger, will I say mismanagement of his anger and everything, he dragged the basket filled with the materials, and that led to Sultana falling. She sustained injury and everything.
That's quite unfortunate.
When even Big Brother called him inside, like, what happened? Why are you not, what happened? Like, why is it that it is you that is taking it as an offense? Every other housemates were not saying anything about it. It was like probably he had a personal, or she had a personal issue with him, blah, blah, blah.
That's a very sorry case.
Because
Let everyone take care of their
to
character.
Let
everyone take care of their terrible...
After all, they've given him a chance before. But now, this second time, he just had to leave.
Let everyone take care of their terrible character. He just lost his own opportunity. So let us look at the last one, which is in respect to Temi Otedola's statement, right? So Temi Otedola has come out to say that, you know, people that are saying that, why did you decide to take your husband's name? The lady said, I am happy doing it. In fact, in her words, when I was watching the video, she said, is it not obvious? Why, you know, she was saying it in a way that, why are people stressing over this? Are you not supposed to take your husband's name?
We even talked about it on this table.
Yeah,
then.
so she, you know that this is the first time she's actually coming to talk about it. She said that she's actually happy doing it because this is a man that she loves so much.
And again,
so
it's a choice. Anybody can, you can decide not to pick your husband's name or use your husband's name.
All right, so that is all we are going to be taking on what is trending. So we'll go on a short break right now. When we return, let us get into our hot topic for this morning. The topic that actually even touches us personally on this table. All right, we'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Over the years, conversations about body image have become louder, sharper, and sometimes more toxic. We live in a society where the pressure to look a certain way, slim, curvy, toned, or flawless, is no longer subtle. From social media filters to celebrity culture and the billion-dollar cosmetic and weight loss industry, body standards are constantly being pushed in our faces. This week, we saw, a case of one of this popular Nollywood actress, Eniola Badmus, once again highlighted this societal obsession. After putting the work to actually transform her body, one would think the conversation around her is just going to be end, or is going to be filled with encouragement. Instead, she found herself being bashed for not looking confident enough, for, using so many filters in her pictures, for even stating the things that maybe she is not, despite, losing weight. And why some questions why she's still dressed modestly. There's just so much with societal obsession. And this brings us to the heart of the matter. Is society ever satisfied? When someone is plus-sized, the criticism is endless. When the person slims down, the criticism simply change shape. So we want to look into this morning. Of course, I'm not going to be doing this alone. Let me even hear from Goodness Ide about our first thoughts on this topic.
Well, when I saw it, I was like, oh, wow, that's a good topic there. And it's something of it is a social concern, even among the present day Gen Zs, right? Because we can see to what extent the Gen Zs are trying to go into doing BBL, just wanting to satisfy the acclaimed, let me call it whisperers in the society that, oh, this kind of figure, if you, normally we say if you have figure 8, it is very good and everything. So if you don't have figure 8, you have to look for what you can do. Some people even need
there was a time in our life that is only figure 8. Before BBL, the only thing everybody just wanted is to have figure 8. The regular figure 8. But BBL came.
different sizes of figure 8. Then we have the small one, we have the big
one and all of that. But by the time, this whole BBL thing, and when Nigeria decided to accept it, it's now becoming the main thing.
So no longer figure 8 again.
I remembered when I was, just like last week in this Marwa, I think I was around the market area, and then I was hearing somebody, I saw a lady. I have never seen that kind of thing before in my life. The waist is so snatched. She was not wearing a snatched dress. She was just wearing a bodycon gown, and then the waist is so snatched. If you see this thing that this lady had behind her, I'm wondering that even if I, as a lady, if I am feeling like that, I am wondering that what is now going on. Like, she passed by me. I thought, this is not jealousy. Hey, I am not going to be jealous about that, please. I am not being jealous about that, right? Because it looks over and beyond. You would know that this one had to enter, the the surgery room, do a surgical procedure to achieve this. Because what is that? Even if the back is like that, why is the waist so snatched? The waist was like my waist. I'm wondering that what is going on. Everybody around that area, everybody was just looking at her. But beyond all of that, before you say anything, people have come out to say that your personal choice, it is your personal opinion, it is this, it is that. But let's not forget that sometimes your personal opinion is based on what people are saying. It's based on what people have said. And that's where you're beginning to see some meaning into what people are saying.
And even the personal opinion, it comes to a time where you have to go extra mile to get what you want to achieve based on the societal talks. And have you actually looked at the health condition about it? Because this thing, I see it as a mental issue. And I feel there's even a name they call it when you are so obsessed with your body. They call it body dysmorphic disorder, BDD. So if you're trying to please whatever people are saying in the society, there are some people that they go to a longer extent of probably taking drugs, doing surgical things. In the long run, would they be there with you when you're facing the health challenges? That's just the truth. Would they be there with you? Because you are the only one that will suffer it, I'm sorry to say. Yes, you also have the whole big Bakasia, whatever language they used to use, Budi, different language.
Now, do you know the funny thing is that, let's even leave, you know, the ones that are adding. Let's talk about the ones that really want to, the ones that are slim. Let's talk about maybe like people like us now. And I'm going to be talking from my own personal experience, right? Because of the kind of stature that I have, you know, people don't believe that the stature that I have is agreeing with the age or with my present account balance. You know, people are expecting that, you are working. You're supposed to be looking, you know, I'm watching that. So what do you want me to do?
Reflecting on your
it's
body
supposed to be reflecting on my body size. I'm like, is it not reflecting? Now, there is so much back and forth with societal opinions. People are now, there's so many people saying this, saying that, saying this, saying that. Sometimes even this societal opinion, this body shaming even comes down to not just people on social media, maybe your social media family or people that you're randomly meeting on the streets. It even comes down to people around you. You know, your friends, your families, you have situations where some people, it is even the people around them that are coming out to say that you are so slim, why not try to do this? Why not try to do that? And then these people are going, let me speak for myself. So I was sharing a story with goodness that I think around 3 years ago, my mom and my brother was like, oh, what's wrong with you? You're working, see how you're looking like something. Of course, they were doing it out of their own concern, good concern, right? But regardless, however you say it, by the time the receiver is taking it, you might not be able to determine how the receiver is going to take it.
Interpretations when it comes to there are processes of communication. So when a speaker speaks, as the medium which it passes through, there are several interpretations that the receiver gets. But the only thing is that how you get to quantify that is through getting a feedback. So if the feedback correlates with you, the speaker, what you had intended, then that's like a positive communication.
Now, guess what? By the time I was, what's it called? And some of the things that they were mentioning, so I had to talk to like somebody because this person is like, you know, part of the reasons why they were saying, and the person also faced me like, you two, why are you like this? I'm like, why am I like what? By the time I got to work that day, I remember clearly, I just sat down and I was crying. I kept crying. By the time the tears was, you know, the thing felt like it was over, then I would land into another one. Because I'm like, what should I do again? Should I start eating? How else am I supposed to be eating? What am I supposed to... You're not going to be advising me. See, I have people that have given me different drugs that start taking this particular drug. Me too. Sometimes I will now go online. I will now be looking for something booster. You know, a whole lot of things. That, let's not also forget that when God created man, he said that it was good.
And perfect.
It was good and perfect.
The word perfect.
But unfortunately, this is what we are seeing. And it is a pandemic. Let's not, I mean, when we go on a break and then we return, we will now start looking into social media pressure, the pressure that people will put on you to do things. And then they are still going to, but let's not even go there yet. So for that time, it felt like, what else am I going to do? What else am I going to do with my life? What else am I going to be doing? Because, and this is the cycle that I keep getting, there is almost no time that will pass, no week that will pass, that somebody will not say that, you don't look like, you know, all this. Sometimes just keep quiet. That opinion that you think you have, you don't need to say it, honestly. You don't need to say it. Just keep it, swallow it. If we talk about people, let's now talk about another thing that I used to see online. You see all this what's it called? Postpartum changes and all of that, that people do have, or during pregnancy. You see women and even men too, So men, you know, because of the way I have seen, in fact, I see it more with men. You know, they are certain size, and then they had to start going for exercise, fitness, and then by the time you see their before, by the time you see their after, you just know that beyond the fact that maybe this was the way they were before, people were pushing you. People were telling you that you don't look good enough. You don't look great enough. I think you need to adjust your shoulder. I think you need to adjust your legs. What is it? Can we keep quiet? So it's just like a whole lot. I don't know if have you ever experienced? I'm sure you would be experiencing those kind of things.
I've experienced the level. I'm this kind of person that I don't let people's thought or view concerning my physical appearance get matter to me. I think you've even experienced it from that. That's from my own aspect. Whatever you say, I've experienced. Okay, an instance was, I'll just give a short one where my nose, especially, this is quite funny. So like,
what is wrong with you?
That I don't have a pointed nose. Abba, please.
Is that
I love my nose the way it is. Even though it has its own beautiful shape. Like people were like, oh, you don't have a pointed nose. I was like, okay, what do I want to use pointed nose for? All because of beauty and the social pressure that people are experiencing. So then you get to see, even to some people that can't like manage such negative response, I will label it as, they'll take the extra mile to go for probably for a surgical stuff to adjust their nose or to do this or to do that. One thing about me that I'm going to say on this table is anything that has to do with me going to an hospital to change anything that my physical appearance or my looks, I'm serious. I'm not going to do that. Never. Never. Because I'm somebody that, I want to say that I dread going to hospital, right? But at the same time, I'm always scared of the aftermath of it. After going miles to do what you want to do, moving fast from one particular part of your body to another place and everything, what will be the end result?
Okay, let's go on a short break right now. When we return, let us now get into social media pressure as regards your body. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back. This is the Ways Breakfast Show, and this morning we're talking about something that has been getting into a lot of people. Beyond, social media, there is so much pandemic with image obsession and people having something to say about what you look like. So this time around, we really want to look at, the role that social media has actually played in fueling this obsession and in leading people to think that, oh, they might need to adjust, they might need to take care of some things about them. So usually I see that, what's it called? When you get into people's comment section, they will say that, hey, I think, I saw something. There is this, I don't know if you know this, I think they are TikTokers, and then they also post whatever it is that they do on Instagram. I think they're first TikTokers before becoming an Instagram influencer. They call the page Celebrity Fridge Girl. So a mother has a very small baby girl that she always puts beside her videos. I don't know if you've seen those videos before. The child is on the fridge, and then there is a filter that, in a kind of way. Now, this child is growing already. I don't know how old the child is now, but maybe above 1 year, maybe 2 years, I don't know. Now, and that baby currently has she's not the small child. She's not the very tiny, regular little baby that you're going to see. But she actually has the body and all of that. And by the time I go into the comment section, I begin to see things like, you need to start taking care of her diet. You need to start taking care of her health. I think this leg cannot be straight. This leg, I'm like, this is just a 3-year-old that we are talking about. Mm-hmm. Why do you think you have an opinion? So are we really saying that people actually have an opinion? Because you can scroll on social media and then you can see something. Do people really have an opinion? Or is it that we should say that people should stop bringing things out? But if we're saying that people should stop bringing things out, are we not also indirectly saying that because of whatever it is that you have, that feels like something that the society is not going to just openly accept, then you keep it?
The thing is, one thing about opinion is people are bound to give their opinions, just like I have my own opinion, right? But at the same time, when somebody gives you an opinion, there's something I call filtration method. My own way of doing things. Filter those words. Opinion, yes, you're going to get a lot of them. You see people coming to your personal DM to say a whole lot of things. Filter them out. You yourself, you know, oh, this will be good for me, this will not be good for me, right? You know yourself. You know how far you can endure things. You know how far you can allow things to get to you. So filter those messages, those ones that you feel that, oh, it's going to cause more harm to you. You don't need to take them. You don't need to take that advice. And if you see it's too much, it will stop you from blocking everybody from... I think there's this person, what's it? VDM. He does that a lot.
He will block you.
No, not even, aside even blocking. When he posts something out there and he doesn't want to see comments, he blocks his comment section. You can't even comment. He just has probably like.
Okay, that's true. I think he doesn't open his comment section.
So you can actually do that. It's not necessarily you open your comment section for people if you know.
But goodness, some people will even enter your DM.
If you enter your DM,
people
you give them back. That's just it. Yes, they are bitter. So you give them back. See, once they use one short spoon to scoop soup for you, you use the bigger spoon to scoop for them back. That's just, it's a give and take stuff. If somebody comes to your DM and say trash or nonsense that you yourself don't align with, you tell the person and bring the person to order. You can't just come to my own personal message to send me some random things about your own opinion. Keep your opinion to yourself. I saw
Vicky James is somebody that used to do this. I think now she doesn't even have time for all those things again. But if you enter a DM or comment section and then you say things that you're not supposed to say, you do anyhow. She will also do you anyhow. She will pick that post, she will pick that particular comment or DM or whatever it is, and then she will now post it again, then make probably a video or an evidence to it, and then people will now enter the comment section and start bashing this person, you know, start blocking and then reporting this particular person's account. But not everybody can do this. Let me give you an example. That was the day I realized that what happens to celebrities, some of them, it is this pressure that actually pushes them to get the things that they do, that they get them done, right? Because sometimes there is this image of you must have a perfect body if you are, you know, a celebrity or if you are an influencer or something like that. So there was something that happened to me one day. I think I was running Instagram ads on one of my videos, and they came to the comment section. They came to the comment section, and then they said things. So I did not see those comments for quite a number of hours, maybe for like 10 hours. And then by the time I was seeing the comments, goodness, that moment, you needed to see how I felt. I can't explain, but it really got to me. I am not somebody that things get to, honestly. I'm saying these things now because it's not like, in fact, people used to feel like maybe I'm hard and all of that. Things don't really get to me. But I was like, hey, what's going on? Are you sure the opinion of people about me will not change because of because of the things that these people are saying? In fact, in the comment section, what those people said, some other people came, and it's even like people that I don't even know. They were already like talking against what they are saying in the comment section, that what about you? Do you have this? Do you have that? And then, but it did not even matter to me. I was already wondering, what can I do? How can I stop this? Do you know the things I did? Immediately, without thinking much about it, I turned off the ads that I was running. I removed those comments and I deleted the post. After 30 minutes, I called myself to order.
The person came back for you.
They can't come back. It's my post, okay, right? Do you understand? But after 30 minutes of thinking about it, I'm like, what just happened to me? Why did I allow it to get to me so much? I even removed the post. A post that could have been getting me, or that should be getting me money. Because of one thing somebody had to say, I removed everything. So I can understand sometimes. Now imagine, that's just 1 or 2 comments. Okay, I think maybe like about 2 comments, or maybe 3 that I am talking about now. Now imagine somebody, for example, somebody like Eniola Badmus. Do you know the bashing that lady received with, you know, the UNGA posts, you know, going to the assembly, that they said that she did not go to the assembly? She now eventually gave them evidence of her actually, you know, being in New York. And I'm like, what is going on? Why are we getting so obsessed? Why are we getting so obsessed with people? Why do we want people to come and showcase something that is perfect? Meanwhile, it is not perfect. But these things get to people.
I even want to say a statement now. I wonder why people usually do this a lot, right? So this is a society. It is large. You know, cultures can crawl in and have like that. But as a person, as an individual, you shouldn't allow your body image should be something that will weigh you down. No, there's some, at times, right, health-wise, you know, even if you go to the hospital, you might ask to probably reduce your diet or reduce your fat intake, probably because of health conditions you could develop later on. That's understandable if it's involving health implications. But if it's not, just like, I'm going to give an instance. Look at Michael Jackson. When I read a little story about him, I read that he had this kind of sports like stuff on his skin. And people didn't appreciate him, which led him to, you know, having to involve going into the health aspect of getting a remedy on his skin. There was this other person in Nigeria, especially, Tenny. I just so much love her, telling the musician.
She doesn't care.
As at the time she was singing, a lot of people bashed her on the internet, called her names because of her big stature and everything. But did you see Tenny doing anything else to say, oh, she wants to go to the hospital to go and do one surgery or anything or doing that? She loves her stature, she loves her physical appearance, and she's proud of it. So one thing I would say, which might be probably like my last one because we're running out of time, is that whether you are number 6, you are number 1, you are number 7, or you are number 8, or you look like an hourglass, please appreciate your body image. Appreciate it. Don't allow anyone's words, right, to come and mess with your thinking or your thought. Appreciate it. Whatever stature, whatever figure you have, whatever thing, that is yourself. And in no time, if you appreciate it, people around you too will also start seeing that in that light. But if they say something, if they say one particular negative thing about your stature, and you like cower back, you feel bad about it and everything, they'll keep on doing that to you. Get the absorb shocker. It is unavoidable. You will get those shocks. People will come to say a lot of things. But when you have your absorb shocker on it, you'll be able to do away with whatever statement or comment they've said about you.
At the same time, let's not even forget that there is a growing body positivity movement. You know, encouraging people to embrace their natural shapes, sizes, and features. I was seeing a video. I mean, the lady's video has come up on my, on my For You page, and then I've seen it maybe like twice. She would make a post. What is usually on the caption is something like, maybe spend a day in my life or something like that, as a lady with a triangle body. There is a way, ours is, and then triangle body. As much as, some people are bashing and asking questions that, what is the triangle body? Why is this and why is that? She's gaining traction. People are coming. So let's not forget that you can also use social media as a tool, or use this public opinion as a tool to actually move. It's a movement. Whether people bash you today or bash you tomorrow, don't forget that it is still a movement. So still, you just keep on with it. Like, keep up with whatever it is, whether you have a triangle body, or I don't even know what to call my own body, whatever it is.
Square.
Or square, or, whatever. It is normal. They are going to bash you. Within everything, don't forget that this body positivity, focus on your healthy living. Because if you don't focus on that, and then you start thinking about what other people would say about you, then it's going to be a very, very, very unfortunate one. All right, let's not forget that at the end of the day, this celebrities saga reminds us that confidence doesn't come from a number on a scale or on a trending look. It comes from self-acceptance. So until society learns to respect individuality, the cycle of body obsession will continue to spin. Thank you so much for having this beautiful conversation with us. Thank you for your time. Thank you. And to our viewers, thank you for joining us to talk about this. Do ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV. We'll see you again on Monday. Bye.